Evil Squid Comics podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew. Prodigy. I think this is like volume 3 by Mark Miller and Stefano Landini. But they don't have like numbers on the spine. So I don't know if they expect somebody to just pick this up cold and not have read the other two.
Right.
And to be fair, I'm not sure that I even read the second one. Like I may have picked this one and forgot to get the second one. But yeah, this is Prodigy by Mark Miller and Stefano Landini. So Prodigy is about this like genius family. Like this, there's 2 brothers and the dad is a genius and the 2 brothers are a genius. And basically, one of the brothers is in hiding because he could not deal with the pressure of being a genius. And the other brother is like running a multi-bajillion-dollar company, kind of like an Iron Man. But anyway, the dad gets killed. And so then the brother, somebody kills the dad, and then somebody then takes all the brother's assets and like ruins his company, and he has no money and he's on the run. So of course, what does he do? He goes finds his other brother in hiding, and they team up to solve their dad's murder and get whoever is after them. So that's
And they end up on Mars.
They do, because it's called Slaves of Mars. So it turns out that their dad was trying to like colonize Mars, and he found like an ancient civilization that had like stargates and stuff. And then, not to spoil it too much, but there's like, well, I don't want to tell that because that'll kind of spoil it. But anyway, so they're on the run and they're trying to figure out who's killing their dad and who's after them. Because it's some kind of evil genius keeps saying, "I'm gonna get you," blah blah blah, you know. And so pops up on their feed or whatever. But it's okay. It's your typical Mark Miller. I mean, it's paced pretty good and it moves pretty good.
Has a little bit of a surprise ending.
Lots of little twists and turns throughout
ending.
it. The twist, yeah, you get the big reveal at the end, and then you think they're gonna like lose everything, and then there's another twist, and look, it all works out just fine.
Oh yeah. So, look, I drew an ace off the top. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, exactly, every time. So, but yeah, it's okay.
So
yes,
we probably had this discussion. Are you guys over like?
It depends.
It depends on how I feel, honestly. I mean, reading Miller, I have an idea of what I'm getting myself into.
Exactly.
So there's an aspect of, like, say, I'm watching a Star Wars film, you know? I know what I'm getting myself into. You have certain expectations, and it almost has anymore almost a nostalgia factor where it's like, yeah, that's fun entertainment. But if I'm, not in the mood for it, it could also be flat. Right. But
I think the only thing I'm really interested in anymore is Nemesis right now.
See, I think, what is it? Magic Order?
Like well, yeah. Magic Order is probably good. I have a lot of that, but I haven't read it. Like, I'm stacking series. So, but you keep up with Magic Order, right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm keep buying.
And I think Magic Order is good. But like I'm saying, like Prodigy, I may be done with it. Like, I don't know if I'm going to buy anymore. And they came out like a Huck. Like, he did a second Huck.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't buy any
I like
of
the
that.
first Huck. Is Albuquerque drawing the Huck?
I don't know. I don't know.
Here's the thing with Miller. Like, I don't know who Stefano Landini is, and he's a perfectly fine artist, but I don't love his stuff, and I don't think Miller's writing is... The pattern of his writing is not good enough anymore unless you have a really good artist.
Right.
Like, he has a Kickstarter going right now with John Romita Jr. They're doing, like, a new book together.
I thought he's doing a Kickstarter for it?
Yeah, because it's outside of the whole Netflix thing. It's like their own, like, jam.
How did he do that, though?
He must have worked a deal out with Netflix and said, "Can I go do this other thing?" I don't know.
That's weird, because
it is a little weird.
I read something somewhere where there was an interview with him or something, and DC wanted to come...
Yeah.
DC or Marvel wanted to come back and do some stuff, and he's like, I can't.
Yeah.
It's like, he can't do it because...
But he said in that same
Netflix.
interview, he said he was able to carve out, like, 3 months to like write something else, and this must be what that something else is.
Gotcha.
And I don't know how he worked it out.
It could be an aspect of some of the ownership of different things, too, and then working with other companies. They may still be throwing him a bone here and there to do his own. I don't know if I want to say creator owned, but at least just original work with other, other collaborators.
Well, I had heard that he was doing a book with John Romita. I didn't realize they were going to Kickstarter.
They are Kickstarter.
That irritates me a little bit. Like with the G.I. Joe Kickstarter, the Transformers Kickstarter, like this Kickstarter, he's got enough money that they should be able to make a book without Kickstarter. I don't understand.
Maybe he wants to self-publish. I see Kickstarter as just a way to self-publish through an alternate distribution method, and they're going to do it in like big, like nice hardcovers, and they have all sorts of different variants and different versions. Like they have a digital, they have a soft cover, they have a hardcover, they have a signed hardcover. All that kind of stuff.
I think it's a way to get it out there, and also make sure that you don't lose your ass while you're doing it. An aspect. I mean, they're using it as a pre-order.
Yeah,
right. But it's Miller and Romita Jr.
Yeah, no, they could totally do it, but they
No,
couldn't do
totally
it.
But like I said,
But they
they're-
couldn't
they're-
do it in like that format and have like 5 different versions
That's
of it
right.
and make money at it. You can only do that on a Kickstarter.
They're wanting to know what the market wants, as well as, so they don't,
And then they can print each
That's
format
right.
to order
To
and not
order
lose
in
their
these-
butt. I mean, it's just
That's right. I think that's really what it boils down to. They're trying to use it as a pre-order type of system so that they really know what the market wants.
So-
You would think that they go, yeah, the two of us, we should be able to throw out this many and be just fine. But they're reducing their risk.
But you just put another book out
not.
in the catalog, and it hits or it doesn't. You do a Kickstarter, you get a little more. I don't know. It's just
You're
it is
not
what it is.
you're not risking anything. I mean, you're paying the artist, right? You're paying Ramita's page rate. You're paying
It's creator owned. There's no page rate. I mean, if he's getting a page rate, it's on
if
top
he
of
wants
being
to
owned.
release it through the normal ways. Like
Yeah.
this Kickstarter thing, I mean, it cuts out, and I heard it cuts out the comic book stores.
It does.
It cuts
It
out
does.
the direct market.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, the direct market's the same. I mean, you create the product. They do pre-orders, right? If they sell out, they go back to a
Yeah,
second
but the direct
print.
market kind of
They
sucks
sell
right
out
now.
and you go to a third print. I don't think it's as bad as. I mean, I don't think it's as bad as they say. I mean, it's
Yeah, but
like
with Mark
Kickstarter-
Miller, it's like he's putting out all these books, so it's just noise, right? That's the problem. He's
I don't
too
think so.
prolific. I think it's just noise.
I mean, it's the same thing like Rob Liefeld. He redid Youngblood and
Yeah.
did it Kickstarter, or no, not even Kickstarter. He's just selling it himself through his
Yeah.
own website.
Correct,
right?
because
Like,
he can charge
cut
like
out-
$100 for a variant cover.
Right, and he was like, his reasoning was, well, I don't think retailers know how to sell my product, so I'm gonna sell it myself
yeah, exactly.
because they don't know how to order it, they don't know how to sell it.
Correct. I don't know.
And I mean, there are people that were irritated. Like a
Yeah.
lot of retailers got pissed off because they're
Yeah.
like, we can't sell this, we can't get this.
Yeah,
Same thing with when they did the GI Joe, the Compendium Kickstarter.
yeah,
I know this went totally off.
yeah.
base.
You totally got off the rails on
But
my
like,
Prodigy review.
retailers were pissed off because they weren't going to be able to sell it, and then they added a tier where they
I'm
could.
sorry
buy
I told
in.
you that Mark Miller has a Kickstarter.
They had a thing. Okay, I'm done. Let's get back to Prodigy.
Would you like to? Because
Well, no,
we're
I
not even
mean,
talking about Prodigy now.
So they cut in a tier where the retailer could spend $50 for the ability to buy the compendiums to sell in their store,
Yep.
right?
okay.
Why wouldn't they just order the kick? Well, I think they get it at like half price. You pay the $50 and then you get a 50% discount, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, these big companies like Image, that G.I. Joe and Transformers are a big hit
Yeah.
in this market.
Yeah.
They go on Kickstarter and they make what, $4 million or something. I mean, they're hugely
But
successful.
you know why part of the reason they do that? I see this because even when I kickstarted a lot of games, it's because of the fact that they want to put it out in a format that they feel is deserving of the material.
Yeah, they can't do it at retail.
They can't do that at a retail and get this cool ass box set with
They
these
could
hard.
because
Well, then they have to
They
sell it
could,
at like
or-
60%
but they
off
s-
to the distributor, and they can't afford it.
That's exactly right.
The
They
margins
s-
aren't there.
The
They
margins
have to charge
aren't
twice as
there.
much.
So they are cutting out,
And then nobody's
some
going to
of-
buy it.
So they are cutting out some of the distributors in order to make a product that they feel is at a cheaper price point for the consumer. And that's what I think happens with some of those Kickstarters is in getting things into a format that they feel they can, really go that next extreme and trying to cut out some of the middle. Now, a lot of them, especially I see it in the board gaming world, is they'll try to give the retailers a reduced maybe price or something, especially if they're going to pay multiples of them. I don't know if the G.I. Joes or the Transformers did, but they're trying to throw a bone to them. But they're like I say, they're trying to put. I feel like because a lot of these guys, and I'm comparing it to board games, which you never know how it really works in the comic field. But sometimes, at least with the board gamers, it's a case of they're. Some of these ones that are putting games out, they just really love games or they love this IP or they love whatever. And they want to put out this thing at the best product possible.
Right.
And they feel like the only way they can do it with all the whiz-bang type stuff in this really premium format is through Kickstarter, where they can try to reduce the cost as much as possible, as well as try to reduce some of the risk of mass producing.
Yeah.
They can get that little pre-order
get it.
there. And I feel like, at least my feel was when I saw
started the whole thing.
Well, at least when I look at the G.I. Joe and the Transformers, that's what I felt like when I look at that. Now, maybe it was just good advertisement, too, on their part, IDW or whatever. But it's like,
Image.
wow, was that what it was? Image. When they come out there and they put that stuff out there and they go, yeah, we're gonna put it in this cool ass freaking locker box, with these hardcovers, and these other things, and basically presenting this cool ass product that I tell you what, I don't know that I would go into a freaking comic store and see that thing for $400 or whatever the hell else and say, I gotta have that. But in Kickstarter, you are advertising it there and you can cut, a good 30% off that price right there. Okay, maybe I can, as well as they can go, yeah, we really are putting out the product in that we really thought would be cool as comic nerds, in some aspect.
Yeah, so I read Prodigy by Mike Miller and Stefano Landino. It was not that
Was
great.
it kickstarted?
It was not.
It was not Kickstarter.
It
was not that great,
it was
actually.
Produced,
but it was okay.
And sold through retail locations.
I probably will not be buying more Prodigy.
Right?
I probably be. I somehow ordered Nightclub Volume 2, which I don't even know why. So I'm not buying that book anymore.
Yeah.
But I will finish Jupiter's Legacy. I'll keep buying Magic Order.
Yeah.
And I don't know about if something else comes out that I really have to buy.
I guess I'll
If the artist is really cool, I'll probably stick in.
I'll buy this Ramita June.
Are you gonna kickstart it?
I guess I'll check it out. It's going right now?
If
going
only
right now.
Keanu Reeves was involved, then it was
If only.
for sure.
Right?
Exactly. Oh, they already have a movie deal on it too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't they do it through Netflix? Because Netflix is...
I don't think the movie deal is through Netflix.
No,
I don't know,
but
bro.
I'm saying you automatically boom.
I don't
There you
know.
go.
I'm not in Miller's office checking out his deals.
How does that book already have a movie deal, but Berserker doesn't with Keanu Reeves?
Did Berserker not have a movie deal yet?
I'm sure it doesn't.
Oh, I thought
Hey,
they were
then-
gonna make a movie out of it.
Oh, I don't know.
All right. And Netflix says they're gonna make a movie, but they haven't. So keep that in mind.
A Prodigy or the...
Prodigy.
Oh.
Oh, you're talking about the other?
I was
thing?
talking about the new one, yeah.
Dude, you can have a movie deal, and doesn't mean the movie's gonna get made.
Oh,
we
I
all
know.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Are we done with Prodigy?
we're done with
Definitely
Prodigy.
so, yeah.